Today is a great day for all of us. Can you hear me there? That we are celebrating Navaratri today, and all of us are meeting after such a long time of my tour. When in Italy I said that England is the heart of the universe, they would not accept it. They were very shocked at this statement. They couldn't believe that England could be the heart of the universe. One of the reasons was that they felt that the English people were invaded once by Romans, and Romans at that time also had felt that English were very bumptious people. They would not even accept the defeat with the grace of a person who is lost. Even if they were lost, they used to be bumptious. So they could not believe how could it be that the English is the heart of the universe if this is the heart was the situation of the universe. And then they described to me at length the bumptiousness of the English. And then I felt I have known something like that myself. Now when we are celebrating the greatest of greatest, this Navaratri, there must be something special about it. That we have to cleanse this heart completely, fully, and make it so pure that it purifies all the blood that passes through the whole of the body. So the cells of this heart, which has made this great organ, has to be the best, because the cells of the heart within a human body are the best cells, the highest quality, the most sensitive. And it's the heart that expresses the anahata, the sound that is without percussion. While we find that there are some people of caliber, there are, but others talk more, show off more, and do not have the caliber. Now to achieve that caliber should be possible because you are born on this special land of England. That possibility must be built within you. But then what is lacking? Why is it that with all the possibility, with all the great background, with all the merits to be here, why is it we find that Sahajogis for years together do not come up to many others? What is the reason? Heart, if you see, has a pulse rate, and it moves with a certain sound, and you can even get it onto a graph, and it is so systematic, it is so regularized, it is so disciplined that even a slightest murmur or slightest change shows on the graph. It's a very sensitive thing. And that is what is lacking here, is that discipline of the heart. It's an erratic, funny heart. which swells up in ego. And whatever one may talk, this is another reading people have, that whatever you may tell them, that time seriously they listen to you, and second moment it has no effect on them. So this is another thing we should see, that if it is within us, let us understand that what we lack is disciplining. And that disciplining has to come, otherwise our caliber cannot improve. But for all that, I think what we should have is innate intelligence. No education, innate intelligence. Innate intelligence to understand that our caliber has to improve. Now here pulsates the spirit. The spirit and not the power. The witness, the one that watches, that is the reflection of God, who is the spectator of the work of the Devi. Actually, what happens? That without rising up to that status, if we also say, all right, we are also watching because we are the spirit, then we do not achieve that caliber. And with all the blessings, like 7 auras of the heart, we have got 7 ashrams. We do not understand that we all have to discipline ourselves. Only to take advantage or to be in the Sahajayoga, to claim that you are a Sahajogi, is not a sign of being a cell of the heart. And warning has to be given now. Very important is, at this juncture, when Sahajayoga is now taking off, remember this, the speed has been gained and it is taking off. Those who will be left behind will be left behind. So don't get into bumptiousness. First is your character, as everybody says, they are very bumptious. Try to be humble and then understand that you have to be in the plane and not left behind on the grounds. It is moving fast. Now the most fortunate thing is that today is the Navaratri, and that I should be in London, and this Navaratri puja should be performed here. No other country is that privileged, because this is the highest puja. The greatest ritual which you can attend. So why do we do Navaratri? In the heart, to do Navaratri is to accept the powers of the Shakti. To realize the power that all these chakras have got in themselves. And that when they are enlightened, how you can express all these powers of these 9 chakras within ourselves. The 7 chakras plus the heart and the moon makes it 9. But I would say that 7 of these, and on top of that we should say 2 more centers, which Blake has described surprisingly as 9 centers, clearly. Just now I cannot talk of the higher 2 centers, but let us at least talk of the 7 centers. The power of these centers have we been able to develop within ourselves. How can you do it? You have no time. You are all busy people and bumptious. So now, to develop these powers, we have to concentrate on these chakras. Everywhere I went, I was surprised. The questions they asked me, the way they were, nobody talked about their family, house, jobs, or any other nonsensical thing like unemployment and all that. They just asked me, Mother, how do we develop the power of this chakra or that chakra or that chakra? And I asked them, how is it you are asking about a particular chakra? They said, because we find this is missing in us. Especially in me, this one is not all right. Now for a realized soul, there is no need for me to discipline you or to tell you all these things, because I hate to talk in this tone to you today. But I have discovered that if I do not warn you now, tomorrow you will blame me that I did not warn you. Take it as a serious warning. Now, after realization, there is no need for me to discipline you at all, because you have got the light, you have known what is realization, you have known what it means to be realized, and you have also known how much you have gained out of it, how much your personality has improved. But there is something more that has to be done. Is to see for yourself if you have really disciplined yourself or not. There is no need for any leader to tell you. There is no need for any ashram fellow to tell you. There is no need for anyone to tell you. It is you who is a realized soul. You are your own master. You are your own guru. Imagine, you are all gurus. Great gurus and sadgurus. Respected saints, where all the angels have to shower you with flowers. Think of it. And here you are bumptiously giving lectures, talking bumptiously. Very embarrassing, even for the deities. They don't know what to do, whether to garland you or to shut your mouth. Here you are, who have been, or I take them out. Who is crying? That is child. Here you are in such a great position that you have got realization. That only thing you have to accept the beauty of this great yoga, that you just enlighten your own powers, which are on these 7 chakras. Now let us see, the first chakra belongs to the power of Gauri, the power of the mother of Sri Ganesh. Gauri's power. Tremendous they are, aren't they? Because of her power, you have got your realization. Now what have we done to enshrine that power within ourselves? Today is, if it is the first day of Navaratri, let us see what have we done. Have we been able to develop our innocence within ourselves? When people talk, they are so sharp. How can you be sharp if you are innocent? They are so bumptious. How can you be that if you are innocent? People play games. How can you do that if you are innocent? Harm each other. How can it be if you are innocent? So, first of all, you have to see yourself that the power of innocence, if it has to live, all the rest of the nonsense has to go away. If you want to have the innocence, all that is anti-innocence has to be dropped off. I can understand about people who are ignorant, who have ignorance. Then in ignorance, of course, how will they talk of innocence? But you are not ignorant people. You are knowledgeable. You've got your enlightenment. And the power of innocence is so great. It makes you absolutely fearless. Not bumptious, but fearless. And the greatest thing of innocence is that you are respectful. The sense of respect, if it is not developed within you, if you cannot develop the sense of respect for other Sahajogis, for other people, for the ashrams, for the discipline and your own self-respect, then it is of no use even talking of Sahajayoga, because that's the very beginning of it. First, you do not respect, all right. You are bumptious, all right. You are in a big fool's paradise, as they call it, riding a fast horse. All that is there is all right, is forgiven. But once you have seen the light, you must try to get rid of all the snakes that you have been holding on to. It's a simple thing. In your childlike nature only, you can receive the blessings of Gauri. Otherwise you cannot. You have to be really childlike. Otherwise, it is absolutely useless, no use telling you anything, because you think you are too clever. To such a person who thinks he is too clever, what's this of talking to such a person? Because he already knows everything. So the first power when you develop, you must learn to sit on the Mother Earth, first of all. You must respect the Mother Earth, because the first chakra is made out of the Mother Earth. Try to be more settled down with yourself on Mother Earth. And the respect, see the trees, when they get their flowers, they are not so respectful. But when they are laden by the fruits, they bow down to Mother Earth. In the same way, when you have got the fruits of Sahajayoga, you all must bow down. And innocence has a special capacity to make a person extremely peaceful. Extremely peaceful. All the anger, temper, violence. If a person doesn't have innocence, it cannot come in you. Because a person who is not innocent is either sly or aggressive. He cannot have peace within his heart. But an innocent person is not bothered. Innocently he lives, enjoys everything in complete peace and harmony. But this violence, comes when a person becomes clever. He thinks, I am so clever, the another one is so stupid, I have a right to shout at that person. And the one who is not innocent is never wise. He may be to look sharp, but he is not wise. Wisdom comes only with innocence. And how much wisdom have you gathered? That is what one has to see. When your power of innocence increases, wisdom is apparent. People say, that fellow is very wise. For example, if somebody is crying about his wife, a wise person will say, oh Baba, just look at this, still busy with his wife. Another one is crying about his house or something. He says, oh, look at this one, still busy with the house. There is no end to it. I have known people who get so swollen up that they think they must give a big lecture for 1 hour on Sahajayoga. Unless and until they have given 1 hour lecture, they do not think their ego has manifested itself fully. But a wise person, he doesn't have to talk or speak or do anything. He impresses his silence, his wisdom on others much more easily. That is what we have to see. Have we been able to discipline ourselves? Because our growth is very much in the beginning of it. We have to grow quite a lot. And people don't understand this point. In an atmosphere of egoistical temperament, that you have to grow. You have not yet grown. You have to grow a lot. And when you grow, you find this wisdom really fragrant with compassion. Your wisdom is fragrant with compassion. Such beautiful compassion can emit through your being that anybody who comes in contact with you will feel your auspiciousness. But again, you must give due respect to your self-realization and to yourself. That is the first thing you have to do, is to meditate. Somebody sent me a letter and I saw the vibrations were horrid. I said, what's the matter with this gentleman? His vibrations are so horrid. What is he doing? Then I found out that he says he doesn't need any meditation. He's already reached the 14th heaven. So doesn't need any meditation, doesn't have to do any meditation. It's easy to explain, but whom are you explaining? You have to explain to yourself. Only yourself. Nobody else wants your explanation. It's like missing the plane. When you miss the plane, whom are you going to explain? The plane has left. So then you have to explain yourself only. You will tell the air or to the gangway or anything that, oh Baba, it happened like that, there was this thing, I had no time, there was a jam, this. But the plane is gone. Whom are you explaining? So everyone should meditate every day. That is a very important thing which people are doing in all the countries where I am not. Because I am in England, people take me for granted. Mother is doing everything. So I get up at 4 o'clock, take my bath, meditate for you all. I better start doing that again. Otherwise, you have no time to meditate, so at least let me meditate for your sake. So, everyone must today promise to me that they will meditate every day. Get up in the morning. We can't get up in the morning. The whole world can get up. Why not the English? But when it was the War of Waterloo, they were the first to arrive there. They won the war because they were so punctual. What has happened to their punctuality today? We are not drinking, we do not have hangovers, we don't sleep late. So, why shouldn't we decide today that every morning I'll get up and do my meditation? And while meditating, I must concentrate on myself and not on others. And see for myself what is catching, where am I catching, which chakra I am catching, what have I to do. So, on this day of Navaratri, today as the first day, the Gauri's power must be enlightened within us. And they must express. And they are tremendous. I cannot describe them in one lecture. Think of the primordial Kundalini. She acts in the Mother Earth, she acts in the universe, she acts in the animals, she acts in the matter, she acts in the human beings, and now she acts in you. She is the one who decides the face and the figure that you are going to have. She is the one who decides what child you should have. She is the one who gives you the particular type of a child that you need. She is the one who has got you all these beautiful children. She is the one who has given you these sparkling faces and sparkling eyes. All this she has done for you. But what about the power that you have within yourself? How much have you manifested that? The primordial is working very hard, no doubt. But what about you, the individuals who have got their own Kundalini awakened? How far you have opened her out? And what is Kundalini is a simple thing, as you know, is the true desire. So true desire to perfect yourself, to grow yourself, if it is really true desire, nothing else is important. All other desires are secondary and tertiary. The most important desire is to grow. And for whose advantage? Is the advantage of yours. And in your advantage only the advantage of the whole world rests. Sahajogis today represent the growth of this universe, the growth of the human race. Do you follow this point? That you are playing such an important role at such a crucial time when the world is about to collapse. And you have great seers like William Blake. You had such great people who have talked about this time. They have built it up. Traditionally, we have built up all this now in England. The work of ages that has brought this England to this state. Now, do you realize that the position of English Sahajogis is very important? But lack of wisdom and bumptiousness, without understanding yourself, how can you talk so loud? How can you think of organizing everything when you yourself are so weak, so bumptious. So today I'm not going to take the count of the people who meditate every day or not. But I can tell you this much, next year, those who do not meditate every day, he will not be here anymore. Take it from. It's a fact. Every day you must meditate. Discipline yourself. Now you have come to a new perspective. You have come to a new vision. Now, when you see that vision, when you know the vision, you cannot just stand there. Get into it. Everyone says, Damle was saying too, everybody says, that Mother, you have spent so much time for these English. Why so much time for them? Maybe you might be thinking that because you are very great, that's why I have to serve you people. Think the way you like. But the most important thing is that you are on the land of heart. And I have to cleanse you more, much more than others. But it's just the other way around. Others are going so fast. I'm amazed. Their vibrations, their sensitivity, their understanding, they have just mastered it, every one of them. Here, it is becoming a very centralized stuff and everybody doesn't want to understand Sahajayoga, but everyone wants to give a lecture. There's no respect for elders. No respect who is older, who is younger. And somebody who thinks that because they got realization before others they are higher, then remember one word of Christ, that first will be the last. So try to understand that it is you who has to grow, it is you who has to manifest these powers. Manifestation of the power, I don't know how far you have understood. When a person who has Gauri's power, as soon as he enters a hall or any place, everybody's Kundalini rises just to salute. When you have Gauri's power, then you stand out because you have that innocent, lustless, greedless, beautiful, sparkling eyes. And wherever you turn your eyes, even one glance would raise the Kundalini immediately. People who suffer from cancer, suffer from this disease, that disease, all can be cured in no time if you have developed only one power of Gauri. All your problems can be solved. Negativity will go away. And you will become like a lotus. Beautiful, fragrant, overpowering all kinds of negativity. Here it is, that fellow just touched me and now I have become egoistical. If there is one fellow who is egoistical, he just talks to another person, the person goes egoistical. I mean, this is not the way to be sensitive. You have to be sensitive to God and not to bad things. But we are more akin, more vulnerable to bad than to good. So the power of assimilation of good, the power of emission of good, all these powers are just in your complete reach. But all this should not become a praise, but should become a kind of a challenge, a kind of a beautiful curiosity and an advancement for you. But we are going down. I must tell you, we are going down in England. Because we have some funny tags. Funny people who are all the time with tags. Such people will have to be warned and later on may be declared as these people have decided should be declared as blacklisted. It's a very sad day today for me, and that's why the whole place is filled with. I had no mind to have the puja here because I'm really very sad. Because when I see the vibrations, when I see the way things are, people are just in a picnic way in England, I feel so unhappy, you don't. I've always been extremely enamored. And I have already put up a big show of appreciating your efforts. But if you see in the substance of it, just see the substance. You watch within yourself, each individual should see the substance that is within us. We are worried about a friend, a fiancé, or a wife, or a husband, or this and that. That's not the caliber. The caliber is very low and is going down lower. That's not a good thing. It's not good. If my love and compassion is spoiling you, I better pull you out of it. Because you are capable of your merits to be born in this country. You are capable of very great heights. I know that. Of very great heights which you can achieve, but not by talking about it or thinking about it, but by becoming that great power. To become that power. And see the collective blessings people have, and I was amazed when they told me they have got this blessing, they have got that blessing. Unlimited blessings they have got. And why can't we have that here? What's the problem with us? If we are not collective, if there is a problem between ourselves, that means there is some sort of an ego still in between that is keeping us out. So let us now promise within our heart that this has to go into our heart, a very deep feeling for ourselves, that by God's grace we are born at such a juncture when this thing has happened, that we are the people who are beneficiaries of the blessings of God, that we've got our realization, that we have risen so high. But now let us spread our wings, but we are cutting them down. Don't become small-minded people worried about small things here and there. Nothing is important. If you see in your previous lives, you have had all kinds of foods, you have had all kinds of trips, you have done every kind of marriages, you have done every kind of other nonsensical thing that people waste time with. It's over now, finished. Now you do something new. How many people you have married in previous lives? And how many houses you had in previous lives? And how many pleasures you have had? Finished now. Finish it. This is a special time, the best time of Prutambara, where you have to grow. That's the point, is the season is that. In this season, if you do not grow, you won't grow. We have to take full advantage. With full intensity, you have to do Sahajayoga. That doesn't mean that you give up your jobs or anything. If you are intense in Sahaja you will be intense in everything, but there is no intensity. Munich, I decided just, I don't know if Warren has told you, Munich. You didn't tell them about Munich. All right. Munich, I decided last minute because there was a horrid one who had come from Munich and had told me that Munich's seekers will ask such questions. I didn't like them at all. She was very arrogant. I said, I'm not going to Munich. But in Vienna, I just felt the vibrations of Munich. And I was amazed. I said, all right, I'm going to Munich. We had to run up and down to get my visa, this thing, everything worked out as usual. And in that short time, 3 days, 400 people were there. And so intense, I tell you, so intense, even children, so intense. And they were listening to every word I was saying and picking up as pearls, precious as diamonds. Every word they were noting it down. And when they had their realization, they were just stunned people. Imagine the Germans coming over you people English. What will happen to you? They are people of determination. If they decide to do good, they'll do a lot of good. They are not like this. And then when I left them, for 1 hour they were in the hall, just stunned, discussing about Sahaja. But here, as soon as I go away, people start discussing something so nonsensical. I hear it, I know the vibrations and everything. We are not intense. We must increase our intensity. That is what is called as Shraddha. Is important, very important. And I am sure this year you will make it a point to do intense understanding of Sahaja Yoga. That intensity is lacking. Maybe there's something gone wrong with you in the past and you are conditioned about it, or you think about it, how can I do it, it is too much. You can do it, everything. You forget the past, forget the past. Past has no meaning whatsoever in Sahaja Yoga. You are being completely renovated, but just use your mechanism. I have worked so hard with you people that nothing wrong with your mechanism, only thing you have no faith in yourself. And those who do not have faith in themselves are always bumptious people. So first of all, station yourself within your spirit, within your heart, and try to develop your powers. Inner powers, not of talking and showing off, but inner powers. Still so many are possessed. You know that. It's a shameful thing. That even now in the temple of God, there are people who are possessed by horrible, evil things. How can it be? You are the carrier of all these. Even now, how can it be? So one has to be very intensely there, and those today who are looking to be nothing will grow into something so great that you'll be amazed at yourself. How is it I have become so great? But the first and foremost thing is disciplining. Discipline yourself. When it comes to eating, some people eat too much. When it comes to talking, some people talk too much. Or they do not talk at all, or they eat not at all. All this is indiscipline. But going higher to the spiritual life, best thing is to take the discipline from your spirit, and you are disciplined automatically. Let the spirit rule you. It's possible. It's possible because I have seen in such a short time, and when I have there been for such a short time, I don't even know their names. Here, practically, I know all of you by your names and by your vibrations also. And they have gone up so much. So, today is a great day, of course, a great privilege. Always you are privileged people, like House of Lords. Is true, but maybe one day may come when this House of Lords may be banished completely. You have to behave like lords. That is why my humble request is that you must learn to worship discipline. I don't say do this, do that. You know what is to be done. And then on top of that, you should not tell me, I know, I know. When you know, why don't you do it? You are empowered. Today, let us, with full confidence in ourselves and in our ascent, let us, with full intensity, attend this puja and in our hearts decide that I am going to discipline myself. May God bless you.